The sun barely peeked over the horizon, brushing the sky with soft pinks and oranges, as I stepped onto my front lawn in Maple Haven, toolbox in hand. I'm Marcus Reynolds, a retired civil engineer who thrives on precision. Me lawn could pass for a golf green, my hedges sculpted like they're posing for a design magazine. This quiet enclave was my sanctuary, a reward for decades of hard work. But that Saturday morning, peace was a distant dream. Humming a classic soul tune, I set up to install a sleek smart lock on my pool gate, a safety upgrade for my grandkids. Then a shadow fell across my tarp. A kid, barely old enough to shave, stood there, sandy hair styled like a pop star, jabbing a finger in my face. "I know what you're doing, and you're not getting away with it," he snapped. I froze, screwdriver in midair. "What?" "Securing my own gate," I said, half amused. "Buckle up, this tale of neighborhood chaos is a roller coaster, and I'm curious where you're reading from. Drop your city and country below, because I bet Maple Haven isn't the only place brewing this kind of drama." The kid, who I'll call Tyler the Brat, leaned against my pristine hedge with the swagger of a mini tyrant. "You can't put that thing up," he barked, eyeing my lock like it was a grenade. I'm a patient man. Years of corporate battles taught me to stay cool. "Good morning," I said evenly. "This is just for my grandkids' safety." His response? A puffed-up chest and a smirk. "It's against the rules. I'm telling you to stop." "Telling me?" I nearly laughed, but the venom in his hazel eyes stopped me cold. This wasn't about the lock. "It's a security risk," he scoffed, brushing off my explanation of its emergency access codes. Then came the bombshell, hissed like a cartoon villain. "I know what you're really up to. Take it down, or I'm calling the cops. My mom runs this place, and she'll make you wish you never moved here." The air thickened. As a black man who'd climbed every hurdle life threw, I knew that look prejudice dressed in HOA rules. My gut tightened, but I kept my arms crossed, voice steady. "Go ahead, kid. Call them." He did. Minutes later, a patrol car screeched up, tires grinding on asphalt. Tyler smoothed his hair, practically vibrating with smugness. Two officers stepped out, Sergeant Brooks, grizzled and calm, and Officer Hayes, young and eager for a fight. Tyler launched into his story, finger stabbing at me. "He's messing with a security gate. I told him to stop, and he threatened me." Threatened? The kid was rewriting reality with Hollywood flair. I handed over my ID, voice level. "Marcus Reynolds, homeowner. Just installing a safety lock." I pointed to my toolbox, the manual, the half-installed device. Brooks raised an eyebrow at Tyler. "You said he was aggressive." The kid stammered, but before he could double down, a polished SUV roared up. Out stepped a woman who could only be Tyler's mother. Let's call her Cassandra Blake, Maple Haven's self-anointed queen. Cassandra strode over, blonde hair gleaming, athleisure screaming money. "Officers, what's the issue?" she demanded, not even glancing my way. Tyler rushed to her, whining about my shady device. Her icy eyes flicked to me. "So, you're the new neighbor." "I'm Cassandra Blake, head of the HOA's design committee." Her tone turned neighbor into a slur. I nodded. "Marcus Reynolds. Just securing my pool." She snorted, echoing Tyler. "That gadget violates our standards." Brooks cut in. "Ma'am, he's on his property. Unless it breaks city code, it's an HOA issue." Cassandra's smile was pure venom. "Oh, Mr. Reynolds, we have covenants. Unapproved changes mean fines." She turned to Tyler. "Let's go, sweetheart." They peeled out, leaving me with a sinking certainty. This was war. The first strike hit a weak Latera crisp HOA envelope citing my unauthorized pool gate hardware, signed with Cassandra's looping scrawl, demanding removal or $50 daily fines. Then another arrived, claiming my lawn's crisp edges were overly manicured. My navy blue welcome mat? Too bold for Maple Haven's drab palette. The absurdity stung. Cassandra was twisting vague HOA rules into weapons. Her signature was a lash on every notice. I fought back with corporate precision, sending certified letters with specs, photos, and polite requests for clarity. But Cassandra didn't stop at paper. My trash bin was mysteriously upended. Dog poop materialized by my azaleas, likely from her yapping spaniel, Duchess. Anonymous noise complaints brought a puzzled city inspector to my silent yard. In the stairs, Cassandra and Tyler's hostile glares every time I stepped outside were a campaign to make me feel like a trespasser in my own home. The emotional weight was crushing. Late nights, I wrestled with rage. Why me? Why this over a lock? But surrender wasn't in my blood. I installed discrete cameras, citing HOA security clauses, and logged every incident in a journal. Neighbors started noticing. Mrs. Carter across the street gave a shy nod. Mr. Feldman, a rose gardener, grumbled. Cassandra's been a terror forever. At a park cleanup, Lisa Nguyen, a young mom, whispered, "What she's doing to you is vile. She fined us over our kids' swing." Jack, a quiet retiree, muttered about mailbox placement notices. A silent rebellion was brewing, and my fight was sparking courage. The showdown came at an HOA meeting in the clubhouse's harsh light. Cassandra, flanked by nervous board members, Mr. Walsh and Mrs. Pierce, opened with a tirade, waving blurry photos of my dangerous lock, hostile lawn, and garish mat. "Mr. Reynolds defies our community," she declared, expecting me to fold. I stood, suit sharp, briefcase in hand. I'd like to respond with facts. I presented the lock safety features, city code compliance, and photos of similar devices in ritzy neighborhoods. My lawn. I showed Cassandra's own pristine grass. The mat. I flashed a design magazine praising navy tones. Then the knockout. I've received 19 notices in 3 months, many baseless. Here's footage of MS. Blake's son vandalizing my lawn and her dog fouling my flowers. The room gasped. Tyler yelled, "That's fake." I didn't blink. Timestamps are clear, originals available. I urged the board to dismiss the fines and review MS. Blake's conduct. Cassandra's face flushed crimson, but the board, trapped by evidence, tabled sanctions. Her grip was fraying. I wasn't done. Her hypocrisy finding my lawn while hers was flawless gnawed at me. Was she as rule-bound as she preached? I dove into HOA minutes and city records. My engineers I caught oddities. Beautification funds funneled to Cassandra's street, shady invoices for ghost companies. Then the jackpot, her backyard shed. City permits allowed a 10 by 12 structure, but hers was a palace-wired, plumbed, air-conditioned. An unpermitted guest house, illegal and a property value killer. The irony was rich. Cassandra, who hounded me over a mat, was hiding a violation that could ruin her. Revenge wasn't my aim, justice was. I drafted an anonymous letter to the city, detailing the shed's violations with permit copies and satellite shots, mailed from another county. It was untraceable. 3 weeks later, a city truck parked at Cassandra's. From my porch, I watched her freeze as an inspector marched to her backyard. Her gestures grew wild, voice shrill. Whispers spread. Cassandra's in deep over a massive shed. Mr. Feldman confirmed an unpermitted dwelling. Fines loomed, maybe demolition. I kept my good mornings to her sharp, cheerful, as her paranoia spiked. She had no proof I'd tipped the city, and that drove her mad. Her unraveling was public. At the next HOA meeting, a resident grilled her about the shed. Speechless, her power crumbled. Weeks later, a demolition crew arrived. Saws screamed, beams crashed, her dream reduced to debris. I sipped coffee on my porch, not gloating, just relieved. Cassandra's reign was done. She slunk around, avoiding eyes, rumors of selling her house trailing her. Tyler mumbled hi, his bravado gone. Maple Haven exhaled. Neighbors smiled. HOA meetings turned civil. My smart lock shone, my mat stayed blue, my grandkids splashed safely. Reflecting, I saw the raw prejudice behind it all. Cassandra and Tyler didn't hate the lock, they hated me, a black man thriving in their world. But I fought with dignity, not fury, wielding facts over feelings. Patience won, not vengeance. Cassandra's empire, built on hypocrisy, collapsed under truth. I just struck the spark. Maple Haven's freer now, a real community. Sometimes, I spot a weed in my lawn and grin imperfections human. This saga taught me you don't choose your battles, but you can choose how to fight them. Dignity, evidence, and grit are unstoppable. Drop a comment: ever faced a neighborhood bully like this?